Hey everybody, Roger here. Hope you guys are all having a great day. I want to talk to you guys today about the Smollett case, the Jussie Smollett scenario, and also how it has pretty much overshadowed the Donald Trump national emergency situation overall. And it kind of shows you where our priorities are as a nation, but they are both not equally important, but they are both, well, yeah, I guess kind of equally important, because both can lead to pretty big scenarios with both of both of the narratives that they have. You know, Jussie Smollett's can lead to racial divide, LGBT community divide, and victimization. It leads to all that, which in turn creates some very needy and depressed people in America. It creates that environment and resentment and hate towards a theory that white people in general, or people who are anti-gay, are a huge problem, and that should be the focus, when really it's just your personal life should be the focus. So that creates, you know, the Smollett case brings about that kind of scenario, whereas the Trump national emergency issue with the border wall is something that affects all of us financially, affects all of us with our lives and everything. So they both kind of do big damage. So they were both very important, but it's kind of funny how the Smollett case is, the deception there is unraveling before our eyes. I do feel that the Chicago PD, in my opinion, but you know, I believe that there's some sort of a deal going on in the back. Maybe they do have evidence. Maybe there is footage. I know that the redacted phone information that Jussie provided was very useful, in that the cops already had his information, and they were able to look at the redacted information and know where to put their focus on the redacted information. So I think that's how they were able to put two and two together with, you know, certain calls that were probably taking place with those two brothers in that general, I would call it the phone mapping area in that street during that time. So both have issues. And I think it's funny though how everybody is like really just so focused on the Smollett case. I am. I'm very focused on it. I'm guilty of it. And that kind of leads me into, first off, I do want to say something about the border wall. As many of you know, I am for the border wall. You might say, oh, well, how can you be? You're Mexican, dude. Well, it's because I believe in equality in America. I believe in coming into America legally. I don't believe... look, somebody trying to cross the border, right now they're opportunists, the majority of them. There might be 2 to 3% who are actual, maybe legitimate cases, I would say even less than that, who I would have zero problem letting into the country, whether if they were Mexican, Puerto Rican, black, white, Russian, whatever. If they were victims in their country and they wanted to come in, we have funding. We should set aside funding for scenarios like that. But they're not. The majority of them are opportunists who want to come here, steal jobs. Then we have everybody in our political arena who are just basically not wanting the wall. My whole issue is this. Everybody says, okay, well, we just need to focus on technology and funding the border and protecting the borders that way, protecting against illegal immigration using the latest tech. Well, no. Granted, annually, for about, I think I've looked at it on census, annually we have had increasing funding for border security. You know, it's been slightly increasing every year. But who's to say? Who's to say in the future that a president might determine that, hey, whether executively or, you know, through decision making, no, we need to put less funding on the border. There's no reason to. We haven't seen any sort of an increase. There's no, you know, the borders is very well maintained. We're going to cut the funding in half. Well, that's also, cutting the funding in half is also going to, you know, cause, you know, it's going to be a global news there, and a lot of people are going to be more motivated to try to break into America illegally, increasing tenfold, whatever, a certain number. And so, you know what can even if a president or even if any of our elected officials were to decide as a conglomerate to go ahead and just, slash our funding in half, the wall would not be affected if the wall was up. The wall would be still taking care of business. So, 1 second here, peeps. I parked backwards. If I can get in there, I'm not going to destroy everybody's car. You guys might not. There we go. Perfect. So anyways, yeah, it's, I hate that it beeps all the time. So anyways, yes, the wall is needed. The wall is going to protect us from stupid decisions that will be made in the future, potential decisions that could be made in the future to just slash funding for border security in general. So then we're going to have a new wave of people. And what could prevent that from being a really big issue, even if funding was cut? A wall. A wall would at least still be there. I mean, we could reduce funding with the wall there as well. As the years go by, we see that the wall is sufficiently bringing down the amount of people who are attempting to come into America. And again, everybody's saying, oh, well, they're going to have, Mexicans are really good at digging tunnels and everything. Well, yeah, but there's probably also devices out there that they're probably going to associate with this new tech that would, that probably can, through sonar or something, hear tremors and determine where a potential digging is taking place. Things of that nature can happen as well. I mean, nobody. If I'm able to think of that stupid thing, I'm pretty sure the government has thought of way more insanely awesome ways to keep our border safe. But the wall is the one thing that, even if you cut funding, will be there permanently. Yeah, it might need maintenance here and there. But again, that can be, even with slash funding, as you can see with the proposed amount that they're trying to give Trump, 1.7 billion or whatever, I don't know. It's doable to fix here and there. We need that wall. Okay, so now beyond that Trump thing, I want to just give a brief, I want to let you guys know briefly why I'm so involved with this Jussie Smollett case. I don't like liars, and I don't like people that try to play the victim. Especially when it's gay people. I, as a gay man myself, I keep saying this, I really hate labels, but they are necessary to get a point across. So I consider myself, obviously, like I said, a person first and foremost above anything, and everything else is just label like salt and pepper and whatnot. But it tears me up to see that everybody, we have the baker who, because of religious reasons, decided, hey, I can't make your cake, but you can have whatever else you want in the store. Out of the 85 plus bakeries that were within a 30-mile radius there, that gay couple knew what they were doing. They knew they went there for a reason. They knew that they were going to have some sort of a case later on, and just throw a tip about it. We're attacking the gay community is trying to force everybody to accept them regardless. They're trying to force people to say, you can't deny service to me. I am a gay person. Well, so what? It goes both ways. A Christian can go into a Muslim bake shop and say, I'd like you to make me this with a cross on it and put Jesus over here and everything. And they can rightfully refuse service as well. They shouldn't be sued. That Muslim bakery should not be sued for a religious thing. It's a right to refuse service. And it's, right to refuse service is a freedom that a business has, and it's a double-edged sword, because when you refuse service, I can go on like Yelp or Google reviews or whatever and say, oh, this business here does not serve gay people. I would highly encourage you to go somewhere else. They'll lose business in one direction if they want to keep up that facade or whatever. And in this case, I'm not saying that the baker was refusing service. He obviously said that he was more than willing to give them whatever else they wanted, except he couldn't make that cake. Anyways, going back to this. So I can write my review saying, they don't serve gay people or whatever. And then people can look at that review and make a decision. Oh, I guess I won't go there. And that business will ultimately pay the price, whatever price it is, whether it's gaining an audience who says, oh, you know what? They don't serve gay people there. I'm okay with that. I'll go and you'll be my bakery from here on out. It's America. So the fuck what? Who cares? We're not always going to be accepted everywhere. And that's just the way that it is. Do you have to force everybody to love you? No, it's It's mental. It's mental. This is again one other reason why I hate the gay community in general, because, and I'm not the people individually, but the community in general, is just their causes are very disgusting. At this point in time, it's all about me, 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 me. We already have equal rights. We've had equal rights. Look, there are some of us in the gay community who have went through so much more than the current generation of gay community has. And, they're trying to fabricate hate crimes, and it's destroying relations. You're making it look bad for yourself. You're making it look bad for the gay community. I just want a lot of straight people to know that there are some of us gay people. We're few. We're not many. We're definitely few who don't run amok with this bullshit of false narratives, of trying to have everybody change the laws to accommodate us and yada yada yada. I'm not about that. You can like me or hate me. I really don't give a shit. And for them, if they're so stuck on having everybody like or like them only, that's their problem. They're weak-minded, and you know what? They just have to toughen up. That's what it comes down to. This is why I'm taking this Jussie Smollett case piece by piece, and I'm taking it very seriously, because I can smell fakeness a mile away. Now, again, I could be wrong. Right now, the case is looking like maybe Chicago PD has them in custody. I think it's been officially announced that they are being charged, or now they're officially arrested. Because initially they were just apprehended for questioning. I think we're going to know here like in an hour, probably in 20 minutes, because it's already 3 o'clock where I'm at. So by the time you see this video, that we'll probably know the answer. Otherwise, they'll have to be released. But when they can fabricate a story as crazy as this, and try to destroy relationships like with white people, black people, gay, straight, whatever, it's just sad. I hate agendas, and I think in this day and age, we have to be vocal about it. And so my face is out there. So I feel like I have to be vocal about it, because it's near and dear to my heart, and I hate seeing. There is an attack on the white man. There is. The straight white man. There is a huge attack on it. And everybody would say, oh, well, you're just, you're pandering to them. Mr. Uncle Juan, Theo Juan, or whatever. I'm like, no, it's stop having this agenda. This is what is causing the divide. Stop trying to fake hate crimes. Just start trying to appreciate each other for your differences. And if somebody likes you and they don't, you can still work with them in a job. You can still work with them at the store or whatever. And if you get refused service for something, write a review on it and go about your merry way. Go find another relatable one that you can. I mean, again, it's the same thing as marriage. Why would you want to force somebody to marry you? No, you want somebody to sincerely love you. You don't want to be like, well, you better love me. You better love me, or this and this and this. No, just. If you love me, you love me. If you don't, you don't. So anyways, that's why it's near and dear to my heart. I see an attack going on. I don't like it. An attack against certain races and certain classes of people. And it's just gross. And we don't need special privileges. Us gay people, we all have the same exact rights as everybody else. The law doesn't bend for women. The law doesn't bend for men. The law doesn't bend for gays or straights or anything. The law, when practiced and adhered to appropriately, is written the way that it should be, equal for all. Again, corruption gets in the way with people meddling and redefining things. But overall, once we start having people in place with no hidden agenda, it would run smoothly. It would. So anyways, those are my thoughts regarding this case right now. I'm going to be making one last video. I don't even know if it'll be my last video or not, but I'll be making another video after this in regards to what we find out with the 2 Nigerian guys. And apologies, I do have to make a correction. I'm not redacting it because I'm not MSM fake news or anything. But I did misidentify one of the 2 brothers in my last video. It was just the names look the same. So I put the correction in my description. So anyways, I don't know if anybody caught that or not, but I did, and I want to just put it out there that yeah, I kind of fucked up right there. So with my information. So apologies. But now we know who the people are, the brothers. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Like, hate, subscribe, share. Don't share. I do love it all. Peace out.